Okay, so we've now, in terms of our pirate poster, we've got our images, or two images. We will be getting some more images, but we've got two. We've got a nice background, and we've got our picture of ourselves. Now, the issues that we had was that we couldn't see the picture of ourselves. What we could see is just this image here. Now, that is because Photoshop works in layers. Okay, so we've got in Word, in PowerPoint, Publisher, those sort of programs, we've got something called a range, and you can send things to the front or the back. It doesn't quite work like that in Photoshop. Each item is on its own layer, so each image is on its own layer, and those layers are then built up one above each other, like putting a pieces of paper on top of each other. Now, if we have a layer on top that is blocking the whole, or takes up the whole image, you can't see what's behind it. If we have a layer that doesn't take up the whole image, the areas around it are what we call transparent, i.e. you can see through them. It's like looking through a window and there being something blocking your way. So if I go and I click on the image of myself here on the right hand side in the tab called Layers, you can see that's at the bottom, and then the background that I want is at the top. Okay, so what I can do is I can click and hold on the picture of me, and I can drag it up above the background, and what you should see happen is it now comes in front. Now, my image is only this size, so the bits around the outside on that layer are the transparent bits, and you can see through to the sections behind. You can see through to the image behind. Okay, if I move this, obviously it blocks different sections. Okay, and we can move it around and we can make it kind of look how we want it to, or place it where we want it to, but we can always drag layers up and down. If I add in a new image, okay, it will add it to the layer, or a new layer that is above the layer that I have selected. Okay, when you want to make an edit to something, you always have to be selected on the correct layer as well. So if I went and did something here, it would only do it to the picture of myself. It wouldn't do it to the layer behind. If I click on the layer behind, it would only do it to the layer behind and not to my picture. Okay, so now we've got those images, we can start really to make our poster. But what we do want is we do want some more images. We want some images of things that we can put on to make our pirate outfit out of. So I'm going to get myself a pirate hat. Okay, so if I go to, not to that one, I want to go to Google, and I'm going to look for a pirate hat. So I'm going to click on images, and I'm going to find this pirate hat. I quite like the look of that pirate hat. View image. I'm going to copy it, and what you'll notice is there's a white background on there. So when I go back to my Photoshop file, edit, paste, my hat is there. Now you can't see my hat, and the reason you can't see my hat is because it's behind this layer. It's put the layer in between. So again, we could click and drag that one up, or I could go onto this one and I could click and I could drag it down, and then there is my hat. Now if I put my hat on it, on my head, can you see what's happened there? I've clicked and dragged, but I'm selected on the picture of myself, so that is what has moved, not the hat. So if that happens, let's undo that move. We'll click on the layer with the hat on, and then we can move that out of the way, and we can put that hat onto there. Okay, obviously the background, the bit that's not transparent, is blocking the view, so we're going to need to remove that transparent section, and that is what we're going to have a look at in the next video guide. So what I'd like you to do is have a think about some layers, and maybe get some different pieces that you could put onto your face that you've got on there to make yourself into your pirate.